doing the setup.
I know.
Hang on a second. Kyle, this is all fair. We've been doing this for 4 years, and you still cut me off when I'm trying to set things up. We've been doing this for 4 years. Jeez, you think you get the rhythm by now. Okay. So, we find out that Jay and Silent Hub are selling rockets, apparently, in this world. Because they can't sell drugs, so we'll sell rockets.
Well,
how
do we know they're still not selling drugs? Maybe this is a side business.
I just look at it as a cartoon, and they didn't want to deal with that in this episode.
I mean, they can't sell drugs to kids. Maybe they have an ethical qualm for that. So
That's a good point.
So they're basically selling them fireworks.
Well, remember, we haven't recorded the minute yet in the Clerks.
Yeah,
in the Clerks. We haven't recorded yet, but Jay does call out Dante for accidentally selling cigarettes to a kid in the movie.
And even though it wasn't his fault,
but still, Jay calls him out on it, and that says something. You know what I mean? So they do have morals. They do have morals. So
however warped they may be.
Hey, morals are morals. Yeah. So there you go. Animated Jay is amazing, by the way, in this show. Animated Jay, I'll get into more of it as we go along. Animated Jay is amazing. I don't think, Jay Muse just talking. It's not even like he's acting. He's just talking. I feel like in this show. Anyway, then we get to the fantastic math that can rival WWE math at a fourth stick of dynamite to equal 1 stick of dynamite.
Yeah, like
what?
It's a quarter stick of dynamite. 4 of these equals 2 sticks of dynamite.
No, he said 2. He didn't say 4. He said 2 equals 1 stick. It makes it even more ridiculous. That makes no sense. And for those who don't understand what about WWE math, I know you looked at me like, what the hell am I talking about? According to WWE math, no matter who the competitors are, in a fatal 4-way, everyone has a 25% chance of winning. In WWE math. That's the thing.
Go to the board and prove that.
We go through this for every fatal 4-way for like the last 10 years. Hang on a second. If we're doing math, I have to bring up my soundboard. Okay. I'll get back to this because the other wrestling math is even funnier. Have you ever heard the Scott Steiner math?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, I have to get Scott Steiner math up here. Scott Steiner math might be one of the funniest things you've never heard. While we're making fun of math problems, let me just get my Scott Steiner math up here. I know I have it in my soundboard.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal, so you got a 25% at best at beat me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the 3-way at sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning if we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 2/3%. I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at sacrifice.
What the fuck? Have the roids finally destroyed his brain?
That was Scott Steiner and TNA in 2005 or 2006.
Have the roids destroyed his brain?
That was literally almost 11 or 12 years ago.
What?
One of my favorite clips of all time.
Has his intelligence increased since then, or has it
I think he's gotten dumber since that audio clip. But that's reminded me immediately. I had to play that here. So anyway, we Jay and Bob are playing with dynamite like you do. And Jay throws one, lights one, they throw it, and it flies.
Not just throw it, they hit it with a bat.
There you go. And it flies, and it flies.
And then we see our guy from earlier, played by Brian Posen,
walking out of the hospital.
Mental hospital there. Doc, Doc, I don't know if I should leave. I don't know if it's safe yet or not.
It's safe.
What have we talked about? It's safe.
And
it's
then
very safe.
The doctor goes in, it lands, and boom! And kaboom! So funny.
Beat it before I call the cops.
So funny. So
well, let's go, Silent Bob. Let's find that kid in the helmet. He's loaded.
Okay, so 6 hours later, enter Randall, who I did not even take notes on this.
Yeah.
What the fuck was he talking about when he came in the store?
I've just escaped from a madman subterranean prison. That's because I can describe the lair perfectly for police artists. There were walls. There were doors. Don't make me relieve it again. I can't relieve this.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Well, he was trying to spin some story about escaping from a serial killer's lair. As far as excuses to avoid work go, that's not really the most unbelievable.
So, like you said, as you jumped ahead on me, Dante pretty much tells Randall that someone told the boss that he needed to work for college credits.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because I didn't say anything. I didn't say it was you. Well, that's good because okay, it was me.
So, Dante tells Randall to open up the video store to earn his keep. There's been somebody waiting.
Yeah.
His movie's just 3 hours late, and Randall's still going to charge him a late fee.
Yeah.
The reason he's 3 hours late.
And he better goes, why don't you open up the video store and earn your keep? Earn your keep. You sound like such a mo sometimes.
So, then we have a very funny joke come outside as everyone runs past him.
Tramples
him twice.
Yeah.
And then he gets up, and they haven't been this excited since they renewed Two Guys Are Going to Pizza Place. Wednesdays on ABC at ABC 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow!
Wednesday nights at 8 on ABC.
I thought that was funny because it reminds me, I remember the Simpsons movie when they were making fun of the bottom scrolls.
Yeah.
And they popped one on, like, even in the movie. You saw that it was advertising.
Everybody who paid to see this is a moron, especially you.
I thought that was a fantastic joke in that movie, and that's what this reminded me of.
Yeah.
So then we hear that someone's returned. I love the fact that Randall Sozen says that Jesus has returned, which cracked me up. But no, it's Leonardo. Wow. This is where things get weird.
Yeah. And there was actually a bit of a history behind the character because the reason he looks so much like Hans Gruber is they wanted Alan Rickman to play him.
Okay, there you go.
And things eventually didn't work out. Basically, he didn't want to reprise the role, so they kept going with different designs that looked less and less like him until he basically dropped out completely and they got Alec Baldwin and they went back to the original design.
And we'll get to that in a minute. Before we even get to him showing up on the screen, we cut to one of the times we had to pause this. Yeah. Because we cut to the reporter, and the reporter is, how do we pronounce this? It's right here on the screen.
Tova Hernandez Carlson.
Live from Leonardo, New Jersey. Okay, then.
Makes me think of Miranda Veracruz de la Hoya Cardinal from Married with Children.
And there was another one you were joking about when we were doing this.
Oh, yeah. Maybe she lives next door to Bella Garcia Shapiro.
So, I find it fun. Every time I hear a city in New Jersey in the South, I was actually... Have you seen the episode of Impractical Jokers where they were in Dover, New Jersey?
No, I haven't.
So, the punishment was the Q had to claim to be a painter. And they were in Dover, New Jersey. And anytime I think of these little cities in southern New Jersey, I'm like... Because the whole bit was he's going like, no, it's not Dover. It's Red Bank. Red Bank sucks. Red stank. And I know Leonardo's very close to Red Bank on the map, so I thought that was pretty damn funny. So, anyway, we cut to the history package that can only remind me. You remember in Back to the Future Part 2 when they were trying to set up the Tannen family and they showed us entire ridiculous history in a matter of 2 minutes? That's what this reminded me of. And
oddly enough, setting up Back to the Future Part 3 with his grandfather Buford Bad Dog Tannen.
Which, and by the way, if you pouch it, because I learned it on the Minute Show, Back to the Future Minute, that the picture they show in Part 2 is not the same graphic, the same person is not the same, like...
The picture that they find in the library?
The picture they show on the screen during the history is not the picture they used in Part 3. Yeah. It's not at all. Not even close. They didn't have the rendering set up for anything yet. They didn't know what they were going to do. I thought that was hysterical. So anyway, I like the fact that if you look up Leonardo, New Jersey, it actually comes up as that fictional character associated with Leonardo, Jay and Silent Bob, Randall Graves. and Dante Hicks.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they're listed here.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. By the way, this whole thing obviously is based on Leonardo. It's at 50. The actual quick stop is at 58 Leonardo Avenue, just north of Route 36. So there you go. Anyway, so we find out the history of Leonardo. What was it? His grandfather?
Bernardo.
I love the fact this got so stupid. So he bought the city of Leonardo from the Canadians for from the Indians for $14.8 million.
Complete with giant novelty check.
What the fuck? $14.8 million.
What makes that picture is the one chieftain pointing at the check. It's like a publisher's clearinghouse thing.
It's so ridiculous. So, there was so much in here. So we find out that he discovered the Fable Canadians,
the Fable Canadas, and brought them to their knees.
Yes, because he traded Canadian mineral rights for the deadly pole virus,
which for some godforsaken reason that we will never know, the Canadian chief takes a swig of it.
Oh my god, it made no sense whatsoever. None of it made any sense.
It's even better to depict all the Canadians as savages.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get there.
Complete with maple leaf
on the junk. It made no sense.
Complete with maple leaf loincloths.
How do you explain that to the editor? This is what we want to do. We're gonna have the Canadians look like cavemen.
Yeah.
But then we want to be naked because it's gonna be an ABC and prime time. So we have to cover up their dicks with maple leaves. What the fuck?
Why not? They have a biblical precedent with fig leaves.
True. A valid point. So anyway, mysteriously, I love the fact that mysteriously a tent showed up in the middle of town. Like,
that has captivated our attention for all of the past few minutes.
Nobody noticed it, obviously. Yeah. Well, Leonardo shows up. I'm just gonna. I have him listed as LL now for the rest of my notes just to make it easier on me. And so. His who was the guy that walked in with him? His bouncer or something?
It's like his butler assistant, Mr. Plug.
Okay.
Clearly modeled after Oddjob.
And who's he? Who plays him?
Dan Etheridge.
Who's Dan Etheridge? Do you know?
Actually, he's not really an actor. He's done various small roles. He was a priest in Dogma, Deputy Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Pretty much in the View Askew universe. Pretty much he just pops up places.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's also he's more known as a producer, having done a lot of shows and movies such as Irving, The Low Life, Boy Crazy, Girl Crazier, Pool Boy, co-producer on Biodome, you bastard. The Curse of Inferno, Overnight Delivery, Buying the Cow, Come Early Morning, producer on Veronica Mars, The Nines, Good Behavior, Cupid, Party Down, The Good Doctor, Little in Common, The Carrie Diaries, Veronica Mars, and iZombie.
Okay. Gotcha. By the way, you know what I realized? I forgot to mention at the beginning of this?
Yeah.
What was the name of the episode?
Oh.
I forgot to mention that at the beginning. We'll have to be better to that in the future. What is the name of the episode?
Okay, the name of the episode is The Pilot or Leonardo Returns and Dante has an important decision to make.
Okay, thank you. And trust me, these titles do get more ridiculously longer as we go along. Anyway, so, we find out he has 2 minutes for intro because he's got to be at Access Hollywood by 12:30. But
we couldn't get Entertainment Tonight.
I'd love to know why there was a shot at Entertainment Tonight here for no real reason.
Actually, I thought the real shot was at Access Hollywood.
Either way, it's a weird situation here. Neither show, even on ABC whatsoever, is I don't understand the joke here.
Maybe they just had a problem with Access Hollywood.
Yeah, because Access Hollywood's on NBC, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I know Entertainment Tonight is on CBS.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. Oh, wait. Was Entertainment Tonight syndicated on ABC for a long time?
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
Entertainment Tonight was on ABC for a very long time. And one of the weirdest syndications I've ever seen when they traded Entertainment Tonight for Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to have Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune on the same network.
That
was one of the weirdest trades I've ever seen in syndication. But anyway, he has returned. I love the fact that he took a long tour of New Jersey
Yeah.
The fuck? What the fuck is he talking about?
Why do you spend many years exploring New Jersey?
I live there. I know. The state's not even that big.
Yeah.
The state's not that big or that interesting. I'm sorry.
And studying abroad at Eton and Oxford, New Jersey.
Oxford, New Jersey.
I